Horse racing is that serious. Horse racing is something that's only viewed by people in top hats, gamblers, and bronies. But what if those horses wore top hats and were 1% horse and 99% girl with thigh highs that— Wait, Lunar, you had me at bronies. Umamusume, which translates to horse girls, has been going around recently since the mobile game came to America in the form of ads every 2 seconds. However, I was there when the anime was written, but 2 people and Nikola Jokic have seen it, so let's take a look at the anime straight from the horse's mouth. Spoiler warning for real life. When horses die from our world, they're reborn exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same. Some have less testicles.
この世界に生きる馬娘の未来のレース結果はまだ誰にもわからない。
With the exception of Wikipedia, who knows all because these horses repeat almost everything bar for bar from their previous life here. What kind of shitty afterlife is this? Imagine dying and God says, "Okay, now you get to cry to Mall Cop in elementary school in front of your crush again." That man was a hero. Even this Earth is basically Earth 2. The only difference is humans can't run. They can only perform a light jog. Umamusume is divided into 4 seasons, 1 movie, 1 OVA, and this. Each season has a different main character, meaning each story arc is different. But it's the same. This is, at its core, gotcha advertisement. But more than that, it's a sports anime, so there's a simple formula that they all follow. First, the most important thing in any sports anime is a goal. Tokai Teo has a dream of getting a triple crown, the most famed title a horse girl can get right after Horse of the Year. That's a real thing, by the way. But everyone knows what happens when you make it to first place. Every season, someone will be getting injured. Oh man, I really like that horse. Sure would be a shame if... There's never a week of happiness in this anime. This leads to phase 3, the rehabilitation arc or training arc if they don't get injured. Either way, they'll be doing the same thing, not running. During this time, they'll watch random races to see the threats and build up storylines for the other horses so that you will feel bad for the horses that lose. Eventually, it comes time for the big race that has been built up for probably 2 episodes. The moment is finally here. All of their blood, sweat, and tears brought them to this moment. Who is that random bum horse? This is the best part of the show. You really never know who's gonna win the race unless you're a 50-year-old Japanese man, because the outcomes are based off the real races the horses participated in. After the race is over is an idol concert for the podium finishers. And if I trained my whole life for a race and told my father, who was dying of cancer, that I was going to win and then came in 2nd place and then they put me on a stage to sing and dance, I'd hit that shit. Finally, the horse goes to America. That's right, buddy, you get to go race in America where it's always sunny and there are fields of carrots. When they do come back in future seasons, they come back as background characters. That one is Special Week. I now possess more knowledge on horses than most competitive eaters, which is impressive because the only horse I knew prior to this was Donkey. It's clear that the most important part of the show, even more than the storyline, is the characters, which is ironic because this is the equivalent of my dad saying, "Why are you watching someone else play games when you could play it yourself?" Even the character designs have so much to do with the real horses.
Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask.
But talking about the horses wouldn't make any sense because most of you haven't even seen the show. But I'm gonna do it anyways. Gold Chip is a horse of 1,000 talents. Training is not a single one of those. Quite literally does anything but training. Now she's doing my job. Gold Chip is based off a real person who after retirement had a health analysis done showing they had near perfect health. Which means, despite winning so much, that lazy finch chewer probably never tried his hardest. What a stupid horse, late starting. The 12 billion yen incident happened in 2015, where over 12 billion yen was bet on Gold Chip to win a race he had won twice before, but he didn't feel like it that day. Even all the goofy faces you see are based off real images of the horse. I don't know about that one though. This makes me appreciate all the efforts the creators of Umamusume put into incorporating so many aspects of the horses. Silent Suzuka is one of the biggest what-if stories in horse racing. Some horses are just too strong, so like Gojo, she had to be sealed in the cube of winning a free trip to America. She's actually still in America in future seasons, but she's running in between America and Japan too quickly to notice. Wait a minute, is Wally West running? Yeah, that's a Silent Suzuka upscale. But how can I not talk about my GOAT, Haru Urara, the shining star of losers everywhere, with a record that only France came close to mimicking. 113 races, 0 victories. This is the kind of consistency that alcoholics yearn for.
うららちゃんデビュー戦もしかしてなんと5着
In a race with 6 Silent Suzukas, Haru would come 5th. Haru Urara is in this race. I better keep my ass in 4th or I'm finished! But there's no horse I despised as much as Special Week. In the show, she had a special week of winning before losing constantly, despite her counterpart making more money than whoever invented stick drift. Her whole character is just being obsessed with Suzuka. Wait, a character? That's a Suzuka upscale.
あれ鈴鹿じゃない鈴鹿もう走れるのかエアグルーヴ先輩レースにはいつ復帰するんだ
Nobody was coming up to you. They were going to talk to Suzuka, actual clingy girlfriend.
私日本一の馬娘になりたいです
Clearly, nobody here has had goals before. She's doing this because it was her mother's dream for her to become the fastest racehorse in Japan. See guys, sometimes you can force your dreams on your kids. So sit right here and grind until you bring me an FNCS, little buddy. There are more scenes of her eating than racing. Her greed sickens me, unlike Oguri Cap. Her greed delights me. Then you have the men. I'm just gonna assume that the horsemen are just normal horses. Like Prometheus brought fire into the world, somebody brought horse girls into this world. Not gonna point any fingers.
あの子ですか。ああ、俺の娘だ。
There are so many interesting horses in this world, like Nepotism Horse, or a Farming Horse, the horse that ate her twin in the womb, so now she has 2 horsepower instead of 1. And Rice Shower, a horse known for getting euthanized during its final race after falling down. Owned. Here's the official anime tier list if you were curious. So, is the show any good? Yes! 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 Come on! You know, it was nothing insane. Oh, let's go! This is my goal!
Another Teo classic.
I felt more passion watching this than the Olympics. It never failed to set up stakes, and in the back of your mind, you're thinking they could just lose since it's based on real events. You never wanted any of the horses to lose the race because there's no such thing as an evil horse in this world. It was cool the 2 times they taught you different things about horse racing, like placement and slipstreams. Sure would be a shame if they stopped doing that and their only advice was to break a leg. This is one of the few gacha-based anime where there's honestly no fan service. Most of the time I had to make my own. Feet scanned. It was nice to see all of the background characters were just horses that you've seen before they got sent to America. Which may make you ask, what exactly is the timeline of this show if that horse was her idol as a child and that horse was her idol as a child and they're still in school? Ooh, follow the carrot of distraction and captivation. The short answer is, forget about it. The long answer is, you can't exactly turn the old horses into jello after they retire. That would decrease revenue. There was honestly not anything major I disliked about the anime outside of the injury merchants, but that's actually just real life. There was the occasional CGI balling, but it never looked awful. On the other hand, there was this scene that got my panties in a twist.
Who are you?
東京レース場はどこですか？
Pardon, I can't speak English.
That man was speaking Japanese.
Good luck.
I did have to try the mobile game to make this video, which I played on stream. Mid, I don't care. Yes! It was okay. I kept my cool. I'm taking out a house mortgage for this game. I may single-handedly fund the next season. They somehow took gambling and turned it into more gambling, but I'm not addicted. I'll just drop it after I finish this video. Ignore that. In the time it took me to watch all of Umamusume, I could have watched all of Attack on Titan, but it wouldn't have been half as good. In conclusion, did I just make an ad without getting paid for it? Fuck. 0 out of 10. They should have fought for a holy grail. But man, I made this video pretty quick. Wait, quick? Silent Suzuka upscale?
Come on, Lunar! Get them knees up! You call that a fast pace? You'll never beat Haru like that. You run like a donkey. Give me my gun. I'm tired of this.